fog-laden autumn evening in a small town. The ancient cemetery lay shrouded in mist, its cracked gravestones jutting from the earth like jagged teeth. Sarah, a local journalist, wandered among the tombstones, eager to uncover the truth behind the whispered legends of the restless spirits. The air was thick with unease as a chill ran down her spine, an instinctive awareness that she was not alone. As Sarah knelt beside a particularly old gravestone, she noticed strange markings etched into the stone, symbols she couldn't decipher. A sudden rush of wind whispered past her, almost as if it carried a voice, urging her to leave. Ignoring the unease, Sarah pulled out her camera, determined to capture the story behind the strange inscriptions that night. As Sarah reviewed her photos, a chilling image caught her eye. A faint figure lingered just at the edge of the frame, eyes dark and soulless. Unable to shake the growing dread, she decided to return to the cemetery at midnight, curious but fearful of what might await her. Her heart raced, both at the thought of potential discovery and the horrors her imagination concocted. Returning to the cemetery at the witching hour, Sarah's breath turned to mist as an unnatural silence enveloped her, broken only by the crunch of leaves underfoot. Shadows danced around gravestones, and she could feel an unseen presence watching her, an overwhelming sense of being on the verge of uncovering something buried deep in the past. Heart pounding, she whispered the name of a local legend known as the Watcher, a spirit said to guard its dominion fiercely. Suddenly, an icy wind swept through the cemetery, and the faint sound of chains clinking echoed in the stillness, sending a torrent of goosebumps across Sarah's skin. She turned and caught a glimpse of a dark figure darting behind a gravestone, heart racing as the age-old tale of the Watcher came to life before her eyes. In that moment, the fear of the unknown clawed at her, begging her to flee, yet she felt a magnetic pull to discover the truth. Barely holding onto her courage, Sarah advanced cautiously, and with each step, the atmosphere thickened, charged with a sinister energy. The figure turned to face her, its wooden face splintered and hollow, eyes deep voids that beckoned her closer while whispering her name in a hushed tone. Within that moment, the stories transformed from mere folklore into a visceral reality, and Sarah realized in a desperate burst of adrenaline. Sarah turned to run, but the ground beneath her shifted, tombstones seeming to reach out, closing off her escape. The whispers intensified, an echoing cacophony spiraling into a demonic chant, the presence of the Watcher now unmistakably palpable. She stumbled and fell, every instinct screaming that she was forever trapped in this dusk-drenched hell. In the end, Sarah was never seen again, her disappearance weaving itself into the very legend she sought to unravel. Locals would say that if you gazed into the cemetery at midnight, you could witness shadows moving among the stones, and on certain nights, you might hear her name carried on the wind, a cautionary tale warning of the dangers of delving too deeply into the unknown.